Let's see how to install Void Linux. So in my web browser, I'm going to start by going to voidlinux.org, just like this. And here I'm going to click on download. As you can see, there are two types of downloads. There is the base image and then there is XFCE. We're going to use the base image. Now, as you can see, there are two options, one glibc and the other one is for muscle, and we are going to use glibc because glibc is much more standard and is more compatible with a lot of software, so this is what I'm going to choose. So we need to click on this link, the one that says live image, and the Void Linux ISO image file is now being downloaded. Okay, so the file was downloaded and is now in our downloads folder. Next, I'm going to open VMware, and from here I'm going to create a new virtual machine. I'm going to go with typical, then I need to choose the installer disk image, which is basically the ISO file. So I'm going to browse, and in my downloads folder we can see the Void Linux ISO file. So let's open this one, then we can click on next. And as for the operating system, I'm going to choose Linux, and for the version I'm going to choose other Linux with kernel 6. So let's click on next, and I'm going to name this virtual machine Void Linux. Then we can click on next again. As for the disk size, I'm going to allocate about 20 gigabytes. And next. And here I'm going to customize hardware because I want to increase the amount of RAM that will be allocated to this machine. So instead of the default, I'm going to increase it to about 4000 megabytes. So this is fine, and I'm going to close this one, and let's finish. And the new virtual machine was created. Now I want to edit the settings of this virtual machine, and under options I'm going to choose advanced, and I'm going to turn off enable side channel mitigations. And also I want the firmware type to be UEFI and not the legacy BIOS. So we are done here. Let's click on OK. And let's go ahead and start the virtual machine. So I'm going to choose Void Linux 6.12. OK, and it loaded. For the login user, I'm going to type in root. And the password needs to be Void Linux. No spaces, just Void Linux. OK, and we are logged in. And now to start the installer, I'm going to run Void Installer. So let's run the installer. And you can see the installer welcome screen. Now, as for the keyboard, I'm going to go with US, like this. Next up is network. I only have one option. Let's click on OK. And it's asking me if I want to use DHCP. I do, so yes. And it's letting us know that the network is working properly. Next up is going to be source. And I'm going to go with local. Then we need to choose the mirror. And the idea is to choose a mirror that is geographically close to your location. So choose the option that is closest to you, or choose world, which is available globally, and this is what I'm going to choose. So I'll choose this one, the Fastly Global CDN. So let's continue. Next, we need to provide a host name. I'm going to go with void. We can set the locale, but I'm going to skip over it. And I'm also going to skip over the configuration of the time zone. Then we need to provide the root password. And this is of course going to be the password for the root user. And we need to type it again. Then we need to create a user account. So we need to provide a primary login name. I just go with my own name. Then a display name for this user. Once again, I'm using my name. Then a password for this user and retype the password. Then we can select group memberships for this user. I'm going to go with the default, so OK. Next up is the bootloader. And I only have one virtual disk, so this is what I'm going to choose, so OK. And I want a graphical terminal for the bootloader, so yes. Then we need to set our partitions. So once again, I only have one virtual disk, so this is the one that I'm going to choose. And you can either use CF disk or F disk. It's a bit easier to use CF disk, so this is what I'm going to choose. And we can see here that for EFI systems, GPT is mandatory, and a FAT32 partition must be created with a partition type EFI system. This partition must have the mount point /boot/EFI. So let's keep that in mind and click on OK. And once again, because my system is a GPT system, this is what I'm going to choose. So GPT. And as you can see, at the moment, I only have here free space. So let's create the first partition. So I'm going to choose new. And the first partition is going to be the EFI system partition. As for its size, I'm going to allocate 1 gigabyte. So that's fine. And now I'm going to change its type. So type, this is going to be EFI system, because we remember that this is the EFI system partition. Then we need to create the partition on which Void Linux will actually be installed. So let's move down to the free space and let's create a new partition. And I have 19 gigabytes left. Out of it, I want to leave about 3 or 4 gigabytes for swap, which means that I have about 16 gigabytes left. Now, you can create separate partitions for root and for home. And if you want this separation, you're going to choose now the size that you want for the root partition. So let's say, for example, that I want 8 GB for the root partition. So this is what I'm going to choose. And then I can create a different partition whose size will be, say, another 8 GB. And this way I can have one partition for root and a different partition for home. But this is not what I'm going to do. I want to keep things simple, so I'm just going to have one big partition for both root and home. So let me delete this partition, the SDA3. So I'll choose delete. And I'm also going to delete the SDA2 because I want to create only one big partition. So let's delete this one as well. And out of this free space, I want to basically create only one big partition to which I'm going to allocate 16 GB, like this. And its type is going to be Linux file system, so I'm not going to change this. Then at the end, I want my swap partition. So let's scroll down to the free space again, and let's create a new partition. And I'm going to allocate the 3 GB that I have left for the swap partition, and its type is going to be Linux swap. We allocated all of the disk space, and now we need to write the changes. So let's choose this option, write. Then we need to type yes and enter. And we can see that the partition table was written. Now we can quit. Then we can move on to configuring the file systems. So let's start with the first partition. And the file system for this partition is going to be FAT32. And the mount point is going to be /boot/EFI. Okay? And yes. Let's move on to the main partition. So the second one, and change. And for its file type, I'm going to choose ext4. And its mount point is going to be simply / and OK. By the way, if you created a separate home partition, its mount point needs to be /home. But I didn't create this partition, so I don't need to set it. And let's move on to the swap partition. So let's change. And the file system type is going to be swap, of course. And yes. So we are done here. Let's choose done. And we can move on to install. So we can see a summary of the partitions that will be created. This is fine. Let's click on yes. And now the installation of Void Linux is actually taking place. This is a long process. It will take some time. I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so I'm back, and actually it didn't take as long as I thought it would. It only took about 2 minutes or so. Now we can select the services we want to enable. I'm not going to change anything here, so let's click on OK. So Void Linux has been installed successfully. Do you want to reboot the system? I do, so yes. And it's now rebooting. And let's choose Void GNU Linux. And we can now log in with a new user that we created. So I used my own name, so this is what I'm going to type in. Then the password that I chose. And I now logged in with a new user. And now if I want to update my package list, I can run sudo xbps install -SU. And let's run this. Okay, and first we need to run sudo xbps install -u xbps. And let's approve. And now we can run sudo xbps install -SU, and this will update our packages, and let's approve. So it took quite a long while, but it's finally done, and now our packages are up to date. And now I can do, for example, something like xbps install fast fetch. So let's approve, and now we can run fast fetch, so clear and fast fetch, and we have Void Linux on VMware.